of the great rabbis of yesteryear. Now, the 21st of Iyar marks the Hilula of a really famous rabbi. His name was Rabbi Moshe Dayan. Now, he lived about 48 years. He was born in the English year 1931 and passed away in the year 1979. He was a very much great rabbi of his time. I think his father's name was Hacham Abraham, and his mother's name was Rabbanit Rachel. And he was born in Cairo in Egypt over there. And remember, at that point in time, there was a Jewish community. And he would actually go on to study in a Torah academy, in a Beit Midrash of great Rabbanim. And I think he would learn inside a yeshiva called Yeshivat Ava V'Achva. And this was at the time through the Rishon LeZion, Rav Ovadia Yosef, really, really great. Remember, I think at that point in time, Rav Ovadia Yosef was a head of Jewish court in Egypt, very much so in that stage in time. So he was the head of the rabbinical court, so he would really see the brilliance of the great Rav Ovadia Yosef, who would go on to become the chief rabbi of Israel at a later stage. So he would go there. I believe he would really, really flourish within regards to his Torah learning, Rav Moshe Dayan. And this will prompt, come what the year 1952, he would have been about 21 years of age at that point in time, he would move to Paris in France. And over there he would learn in the Beit Midrash of Rabbanim and get ordained to the rabbinate to become a rabbi through the chief rabbi of Paris, of France at that point in time, at that stage. His name was Rav Yaakov Kaplan. Very, very great rabbi. He would actually ordain him to the rabbinate, and afterwards, after he would have now the title of rabbi, he would become, I think, work, let's just say, as a rabbi of like the more northern part of France, respectively, and I think would also take on various other, let's say, main titles connected to France, the country. I think the French army he'd become the rabbi of. Now, he would get married to his wife, Rabbanit Rivka, and it's reported over they would have 10 children. This is reported over. Then come with the year 1963. At that stage in time, he would have been about 32 years of age. He would make the grand move, and make Aliyah to Eretz Israel. Remember, at that point in time, a lot of people were moving from, especially North African countries, also from France, I think, to Israel, and he would settle in Cholon over there. It's a place we've spoken about on various occasions before. Now, over there, he would study Torah under, let's say, the Miskeret, the circumference organization of the Pirkei Hona and the Torah Va'aliyah, I believe. Come with the year 1972, he would be at that stage already just over 40 years of age. He would be appointed, I think, the rabbi of a kehila called Makor Chayim. And I think this was a very, very prominent kehila in of itself, respectively. I think it was a community of Egyptian immigrants that came maybe, I think, from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. And over there he would actually really flourish inside this position. Now, remember, he's went from being originally starting off in Egypt. Earlier on in his life, he would spend a long period of time in France, also in Israel. Now in Brazil, it will be over there. And he would help found over there Talmud Torah, and I think a mikveh also. And he really, really took care, I think, within regards to the realm of shechita, kosher slaughtering at that point in time. He was making sure it was a high-level kashrut within regards to that specific sphere in of itself. Now, I believe he suffered from illness and he passed away on the 21st of Iyar in English year 1979. That means he would have been about 48 years of age at the time he passed away. I believe he was buried in Har HaZeitim, the Mount of Olives burial plot in Jerusalem. And he left us with some really great Torah works, including Likutei Chemed. And I think that was actually divided up into two various different sections. This included, let's say, Leket Hilchot, and I think it was printed after he passed away. Now, after he passed away, I think there was a Chemdat Moshe that was remembered under his name also. And I think there was a book of the Mamarim Toraniyim, which was written, had different writings in it, obviously from the greatness of Rabbi Moshe Dayan. He was a very great rabbi of his time. You can see how well traveled he happened to have been throughout his life. He was very, very much a great Egyptian rabbi. Remember, Egypt at that stage in time, I think, had very, very much a very great community, and we've spoken about on various occasions before some of the great rabbis that actually hailed, let's just say, from Egypt respectively. We can add on more within regards to the great Rabbi here, as it happens to be his Hilula, which I recommend everyone to learn about it. I think when he came, he would to Eretz Israel, he would take on other things. Actually, first of all, I believe his family actually descended originally from Aleppo. It's reported over. This was so that's where the family they emigrated. I think at one stage in time to Egypt. I think his father did at different stages of time. While he was in France, he would also serve as a chairman of the regional committee of the World Jewish Congress. I think for the northern France region also. That would be another position he would take on over there. I think he would also live with his family in the Mabrat Talpiot neighborhood for a period of time also. He would also study for a window of time in the famous Yeshivat Porat Yosef. I think at that stage in time it was in Katamon. Remember, Porat Yosef is like the bastion, let's just say, of the Sephardi Yeshivat over there. He also had a close relationship with the famous Rabbi Ezra Atiyah, who happened to be the Rosh Yeshiva of Porat Yosef. He would spend time, remember we said at the onset, he would originally arrive in Holon, but he'd spend time also living in Tel Aviv, serving as a rabbi, I believe, the Avshalom synagogue. And he'll be a rabbi in the Kashrut department of the Tel Aviv chief rabbinate. He would give Torah classes in synagogues throughout the city. Respectively, we spoke about the two places which he was connected to, including the Pirchei Kahuna framework. I think that framework itself was actually founded by the first, I think, chief rabbi, one of the first chief rabbis of Israel, Rabbi Chai Uziel, really, really great rabbi. He would spend time, as we said before, in 1972 in Sao Paulo, doing so much over there. He also added a kollel over there, and he would have like a connection with the Lakewood rabbis at that stage in time. Lakewood was really beginning to flourish at that point in time. He was elected also a member of the South American Rabbinical Congress. That was another interesting position he would take on. Now, let's explore his family life a little bit. We said that he has 10 children. I think his daughter, Rabbinit Orali, I hope I pronounced her correctly, was a wife of Rabbi Shaul Mizrahi, very, very great rabbi. I think they will become rabbi in Buenos Aires, if I'm not mistaken. And the author of Torah work, his son, Rav Moshe Mizrahi, also would be, I think, appointed the rabbi of Bnei Brak. His daughter, Rabbanit Rachel, was the wife of Rabbi Meir Ades, another great rabbi. He himself was the son of Rabbi Nissim Ezra Ades. Now, another one of his sons, Rabbi Avram, was appointed the Rosh Kollel of Yechevei Dat, a very prominent position that was, and the rabbi of the Kilat Zchut Avot in Ramat Sharet in Jerusalem. His daughter, Naomi, Rabbanit Naomi, would get married to Rabbi Avraham Barhom, I believe, who happened to be one of the rabbis of Yeshivat Shuvit Nafshi. His daughter, Ilana, I believe, was married to Rabbi Chaim Dadash, another great rabbi, Rosh Kollel of Ohel Yaakov. His daughter, Rabbanit Hadassah, got married, I believe, to Rab David Harari Raful. And that was very much, he was, I think, a descendant of Rabbi Avram Harari Raful. Another one of his sons, Rab Eliyahu, who became the rabbi of the synagogue called the Shari David in Ramat Shlomo in Jerusalem. Another one of his sons, Rabbi Yitzchak, became one of the rabbis of the city of Cholon, and a ram in Yeshivat Yabia Omer, very great positions. Now, he'd have a great, I think, among his more close family among him was also great, including Rab Faraj Yeshua, I think that was his brother, if I'm not mistaken, was the author of great Torah work, and Rabbi Yitzchak became the rabbi of the Keter Torah community and head of Yad Yitzchak Kollel in Holon, respectively. So you can see the great descendants the great Chacham had actually left us. And we spoke about the books that had been printed. I think many of the books or writings were printed actually in Tel Aviv, if I'm not mistaken, and also in Jerusalem. The Chemdat Moshe was divided into two halakim, as we stated before. And very, very great stuff. He was a great rabbi. I think many of his teachings he would follow after the Ben Ish Chai also. And very, very great. So please don't forget to light candles and memory. Friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great Oriental rabbis. Yes, sir. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. If you feel anyone's interested in watching these videos, share the videos to other people respectively. So wishing you well, blessings from Israel, and take care. Thanks very much.